Let's do it, man. Free Rocky, man. You know what time it is. Yes, sir. Free Rocky, man.
Do you want to win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. A$AP Rocky has been locked up for life, and here's why. Another day has gone by, and as if on cue, yet another rapper has found himself in trouble with the law. This time, it's A$AP Rocky. And not only is he in trouble, but he's also being held overseas for his crimes. So what did he do to deserve this? Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 6. Who is A$AP Rocky? If you don't happen to know who A$AP Rocky is, that's okay, we got you covered. A$AP Rocky was born November 3rd of 1988. His real name is actually Rakim Mayers. He was born and raised in Harlem, New York until the age of 9, where he was moved to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It was at this age that he decided to go and start a career in rap music. One of his big influences was actually his older brother, who was also a rapper. He even took on his French braids hairstyle as part of his signature look when he got older. Sadly, it was the loss of both his father and his brother that truly propelled his motivation to being in rap music. But because of his life situation, he had to go around and peddle illegal substances just to make it by with his mother and sister, as they went from homeless shelter to homeless shelter. This actually landed him in Rikers for a few weeks because of what he did. However, his luck would eventually change as soon as he found himself becoming part of the A$AP mob. And no, it's not an actual mob. It's just the name of a group of rappers and artists who are from the Harlem area who work together to try and promote their names and get big. Hence why he calls himself A$AP Rocky, because A$AP is the first name of his crew, while Rocky was actually taken from an Airbnb group that he actually liked when growing up. But by the time 2011 came along, A$AP Rocky was ready to release his very first song. It was a track called Purple Swag. It got some big reception in New York City, and it became a street anthem that many sang, if you will, which helped him cement his name in the area, as well as giving him the confidence to do even more with his music. So not long after that, a song he made called Peso got leaked online, and people thought it was so good that eventually it landed him on radio for the first time. Add to that the music video he made for Purple Swag, and there were many record labels lining up for him to sign. The Final Push was his first mixtape, which got such a positive response that he signed with RCA Records for $3 million on a 2-year deal. That's basically making him $1.5 million a year at a very young age, and that's pretty impressive. Despite some controversies and troubles, A$AP Rocky found himself in good standing with the rap community, including working with legends like Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and even performing with Rihanna one time at the VMA Awards. And not to mention that his debut album released at number 1 on the Billboard Top 200. Not bad for a young artist. He also kept the flows going with the A$AP mob, helping promote them as he grew in fame, and then he had another number 1 album by his second piece, At Long Last, A$AP. He kept up the momentum of his career in 2018 with many appearances on many shows, and then eventually A$AP Rocky released his third number 1 album, Testing. And to add all the other collaborations, movie appearances, and tons of late night show appearances, including a spot on the Carpool Karaoke with James Corden, you'll be fair to say that this young rapper has it all in many ways. He has fame, money, success with all his albums, and more. So understanding all of that, how the heck does he get arrested in another country? I mean, doesn't that sound a bit odd to you? Number 5. The Sweden Incident. So the crux of what A$AP Rocky is going through right now is tied to a European tour that he was supposed to be doing during the summer. He was in Sweden for a concert when an altercation with a couple of men happened one night. According to the reports, the incident between 2 men and A$AP Rocky, along with his entourage, occurred. When it happened, Rocky apparently took it too far, and there's a video clip actually showing him lifting one of the guys up and throwing them to the ground. There's a difference between self-defense and assault, and in the eyes of the Swedish police, he went too far. Because he was not only arrested, he has not been considered a flight risk, which, given his status in the country and the fact that he's an American, is a fair conclusion. However, A$AP Rocky has maintained his innocence in the matter, not the least of which is because of the 2 videos that he put on his Instagram page that apparently shows, and in his mind, proof that they were being followed by some men, and that he and his crew weren't trying to start something. So a few addicts are not my fans. We don't know these guys. We didn't want trouble. The rapper wrote under one of the 2 Instagram videos he posted of the scuffle. They followed us for 4 blocks, and they were girls who passed. Give me a break. At present, he's still in Sweden, and the Swedish court is holding him for 2 weeks while investigators look into this incident even more. Though some of his members from the A$AP mob are painting this whole situation as a miscarriage of justice. He's in Sweden, locked up in solitary confinement, with no visit or phone call privileges. Said an Instagram post by A$AP Ferg, who's someone who collaborates with Rocky on music. They're trying to keep him there for 2 weeks, and if convicted, he'll be looking at 6 years just for defending himself. He was no way informed the aggressor in this ordeal. Pray for justice. justice. Further details of the case claim that the prosecutors of the case were aiming to try and charge A$AP Rocky with gross assault, but the judge would only allow the base form of an assault as the charge. For those who don't know, gross assault is considered one of the more heinous versions of violence without remorse. Though to be clear, A$AP Rocky was not the only one arrested for the assault. Some of his entourage were arrested too with their involvement in the incident. The situation has forced A$AP Rocky to cancel many future concert dates on this European tour. And what's more, there are reports that say that should the case itself not be solved within the next 2 weeks, the prosecutors could aim and try to extend his incarceration until they get more evidence. Either way you look at it, it's not the best situation for him right now. Number 4. The outcry from the rap community. In the light of these events, many rappers have come forward to show their support for the young rapper, including Travis Scott, who went on stage during one of his concerts and shouted to the crowd, "Free Rocky."
Let's do it, man. Free Rocky, man. You know what time it is. Yes, sir. Free Rocky, man. Here we go. And you know what?
A signal that the members of the crowd took to heart and started chanting for all to hear. Other rappers have offered their thoughts and prayers to A$AP Rocky and asked for justice to be done in regards to him getting a quick and succinct release from Swedish prison. While that doesn't seem likely at present, it's a nice gesture, one that A$AP Rocky is likely grateful for, even if he can't talk with his crew due to his solitary confinement status. The thing that must be remembered here is that he's in another country right now, so he must play by the rules of the court of Sweden. So while many other rappers and their fans can protest and arrest and cry out for their support, their voices are only going to carry so far here. And while he may have fans in Sweden, as he was there to perform a concert, it's very unlikely that they're going to go and storm the courthouse or do things to try and get them out. Sweden doesn't work that way in many respects, nor would it likely change anything that should happen at all. Number 3. So what happens now? Well, that's the question, isn't it? What happens now that A$AP Rocky is not only in jail, but is actually being held in solitary confinement for all his troubles? Well, it's complicated. Well, truly. As noted, the investigation into the events of the fight that got him arrested is still ongoing, and the prosecutors want to keep him there as long as it takes to find out the truth. But according to some reports, if he is indeed found guilty of the charges of assault, he could truly find himself in jail for a maximum of 6 years, which wouldn't be just a big blow for him. It would just more than likely just end his rap career if it carried out. Granted, it's not guaranteed right now, and the evidence, including his Instagram videos, could prove what A$AP Rocky has been trying to say all along in terms of he's innocent of this entire affair. Certainly, that's the most positive way to look at this, and the way this possibly could end, but whether it will actually go that way is anyone's guess right now. The video evidence is both compelling as it is crippling because while it does show 2 guys stalking Rocky and his crew, it also shows the crew going beyond what is needed for self-defense. So honestly, it's now going to be all up in the air for the interpretation of the law and how they feel A$AP Rocky handled himself. But at present, it's not looking too good for the young rapper. Number 2, the state of rappers right now. Looking now at the wide scope of the rap industry, there's a rather disturbing trend going on at both the lower and the higher levels of the genre. Mainly, a ton of rappers are getting arrested for a variety of crimes and could be put away for a good chunk of their lives if convicted. One arrest that really shook the rap industry in numerous ways was when 6ix9ine got arrested last November. Not only was he arrested, but he was also detained by the FBI for various crimes including conspiracy and racketeering. He had the potential to spend the rest of his life in jail, but before his sentencing could have been put on him, he agreed to a plea deal, one that can get him released. This deal has him helping the FBI and the police detain criminals and get convictions on some of the people that he was arrested with. 6ix9ine has had a very long and arduous history of the law, and it doesn't seem like to be ending anytime soon. What's more, even if his deal does get him out of jail soon, it could get him in a lot more trouble as the rap world doesn't seem to like snitches. A particular arrest that had international appeal and stupidity was by the one and only Lil Pump, who got himself arrested not only once, but twice while doing a stint in Denmark. This happened on December 2018, where he was supposed to be getting ready for a concert. Instead, he got arrested by the police for carrying an illegal substance. At worst, he would have only had to pay a fine for this, but Lil Pump decided to do things his way, and he did a live stream with his phone where he disparaged the cops who arrested him and flipped them off. The police saw this, so they arrested him again. He had to pay the fine for the possession charge, and he was subsequently banned from the country for 2 years. Think that's it? Not even close. More recent shocker was the one and only Cardi B. She might be facing some serious jail time as well as for an incident in 2018. When she was at a club with her entourage, she got into a fight with some bartenders. Why? Well, because she thought that one of them slept with her husband Offset. When things got heated, Cardi apparently started the incident that spiraled out of control. She was later arrested on the misdemeanor charges. But then at a recent court date, she was charged later with 2 felony counts, which has now upped her potential jail time by a significant margin. Oh, as if that wasn't enough, there's also Cardi B's husband Offset, who's also facing jail time over an illegal firearm possession charge, which signs point to him getting at least 10 years in jail as a result. jailed. And to be honest, only time will tell for sure though. So as you can see, the rap world is full of arrest and possible convictions right now, and it's honestly pretty scary. Not true, A$AP Rocky hasn't been put in jail just yet. He still has to be sentenced, and if the evidence against him turns up. But he's just the latest in a long line of ill-conceived and not well thought out plans by these rappers. You almost have to wonder, when will they ever learn? Number 1. The future of A$AP Rocky. After hearing all of this, the notion of what the future of A$AP Rocky holds is more uncertain and unclear than ever before. It would be easy to paint a rosy or dark picture of what the future could hold or what could be, but that would be turning a blind eye to many of the events that got him arrested and detained and put in solitary confinement. There's no doubt that he and his crew got physically with those men, but was it justified? That would depend on your meaning of the term and how far you view self-defense. What's more, the justice system in Sweden may have different interpretations than the American system has itself, and that's gotta be something we must take into account. If he sets free, he'll be relieved, no doubt, and he'll likely jump right back into music to clear his mind and to get his life back on track. But if he is detained and jailed, well, then life would be quite literally rocky for him. And so there you have it. Look at the current situation of A$AP Rocky and why he's currently under arrest, and then some. So what do you think about the situation? Do you think he'll be released soon for prison? Or will it simply be the end of him being put in jail for the assault charge? Will there be any backlash if that indeed happens? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on King Trending. A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.